Today, we bring you the build-up and key storylines of the showdown between Fulham and Arsenal. These two London clubs face off in what promises to be an intense derby, and we'll walk you through the background, the squads, the tactical battle, and what to expect. First, some context. Arsenal entered this match in strong form. They began the season well, and at the start of the day, they sat at the top of the league, just ahead of the reigning champions. The chance to extend that momentum is on the line. In contrast, Fulham are under pressure. They've suffered back-to-back defeats and currently find themselves in the lower half of the table. A good performance here would help steady the ship. On the injury front, the story is interesting. Arsenal are missing a key player in Martin Odegaard, who is out injured. That means the manager must adjust his midfield and creative options accordingly. Meanwhile, Fulham have their own absences. Rodrigo Muniz and Kenny Ted are sidelined, and there's uncertainty over Raul Jimenez's fitness after a recent hip issue. The absence of those players limits Fulham's attacking depth and may force them into a more cautious approach. Turning to formations and tactics, Arsenal are expected to employ a structure with a double pivot in midfield, with Declan Rice alongside Martin Zubimendi, and attacking players like Bukayo Saka and others supporting the forward line. The aim will be to dominate possession, control the tempo, and create chances via wide play and intelligent movement. Fulham, at home, will seek to exploit transitions, use the energy of their supporters, and perhaps be more direct when they can. They'll target spaces left by Arsenal when the visitors push forward. One interesting wrinkle. Arsenal have struggled away from home in some London derbies, and they haven't won at Fulham in their last two visits. That adds a bit of edge to the fixture. Fulham, buoyed by the home crowd at Craven Cottage, will sense an opportunity to make a statement. The opening minutes are expected to be lively. From the live build-up, we know that Fulham came out with energy, pressing early and attempting to get into Arsenal's defensive shape quickly. Arsenal, for their part, sought to settle the game with possession, probe the wide channels, and look for an early breakthrough. In the first 15 to 20 minutes, we've already seen chances for both teams. Fulham pushing forward through Wilson and Jimenez, and Arsenal creating danger via long diagonals and quick progressions. One moment that stood out. Arsenal thought they had taken the lead when a spectacular strike from Calafiori bent into the corner after a quick move. However, it was chalked off for offside, denying them the early advantage. This kind of almost moment can shift momentum in a game like this. Fulham responded well. They grabbed possession in midfield, found space down the right channel, and forced Arsenal back. That balance of initiative early on makes this fixture compelling. For Arsenal, the key areas will be how to break down Fulham's defensive organization, how to avoid being drawn into a frantic, open game, and how to manage the rhythm so that Fulham don't unleash on the counter. For Fulham, success will depend on staying compact when out of possession, making sure their transitions are sharp, and using set pieces or broken play opportunities to hurt their opponents. In terms of players to watch, for Arsenal, Rice and Zubimendi in midfield will be crucial in controlling the engine room. Saka will continue to act as a creative spark, especially in wide positions. For Fulham, Jimenez's return gives him a focal point up front. King and others will need to support his movement. The home crowd can also be a driving force. When the stadium atmosphere is loud, it can energize the players and unsettle the visitors. Looking ahead, the possible scenarios. If Arsenal assert their style early, dominate possession, and score first, they will likely control the game. But if Fulham strike first, especially on the break or from a set piece, it could open the match up completely and force Arsenal to chase, which plays into home side hands. The tactical ebb and flow is going to be fascinating. In summary, this match is more than just 3 points. For Arsenal, it's about confirming they are serious title contenders and showing consistency away from home. For Fulham, it is a chance to climb the table, shift momentum, and prove they can compete with the big teams. The injury casualties, the tactical duel, the momentum swings, and the London derby atmosphere all combine to make this a must-watch. So whether you're a fan of the visitors or the hosts, keep an eye on the early signals, how Fulham settle, how Arsenal impose themselves, and how the game evolves once one side takes control. We'll be back after the final whistle with a full analysis, key moments, and what this result means for both clubs. Thanks for listening, And stay tuned for our update after the final whistle in the Fulham versus Arsenal match.